Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. If you are joining me right now for the first time on YouTube, welcome, welcome. My name is Allison Wellington, certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with busy professional women to teach you how to attract and keep the husbands that you deserve. I do this work through coaching programs, through retreats, through trainings like the training that I am hosting this Thursday, October the 16th, 7 p.m. Eastern, called The Partner That You Deserve. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the comments. So if you're coming in through YouTube, which is where you should be, I'll take Facebook. But if you're on Instagram land and I'm in this little stupid little box on your phone, it don't make any sense. Go ahead and click the link in my bio or comment the word YouTube and I'll DM you the link to join me on YouTube. Okay. So we have about 15 minutes together. And as we prepare for the Partner You Deserve live training, which again is on October the 16th, in that training, I am going to be teaching you the 5 pillars, the 5 steps that I teach my clients in the same program, same namesake, of how to get into the best relationship of their life in 6 months or less. So as we prepare for that training, I've been going live every day since last Thursday to do a little bit of groundwork, to do a little bit of background so that you are better prepared for the live training that will be on the 16th, right? As I said, I'm going to be teaching you exactly what I teach my clients in 1 hour of what I teach them in 8 weeks. So we have to be practical, right? That means I want you to be coming into this more prepared, doing some of the back end work so that you can get the most out of the training as possible. And again, the link is in the comments. It's in every bio, no matter what platform you're coming through on. But if you are on Instagram, I highly recommend that you join me on YouTube. All you have to do is comment the word YouTube, or you click the link in my bio and it will get you to YouTube so you could get the full experience. This is kind of whack. Okay. Yay. It's 5 says I'm here from your IG. Thank you. I appreciate that. And if I offer you value in the next 15 minutes or so, I want you to be sure to subscribe so that you can get alerts of when I go live. Because again, I'm trying to tap in with everybody, but YouTube or Facebook is just the best platform. For my Facebook people, please drop in the comments. Know who you are, where you're from. If you're coming in on Instagram Live, please let me know who you are, where you're from. On YouTube, if you're coming in on YouTube, please let me know. So It's 5 says, I need a coach for my relationship. Absolutely. So this is what you're going to do. If you are single, let me know. If you are single, I'll send you the link for you to apply for my coaching program for my singles. If you're in a relationship, it's a separate link and I'll send you that as well. All right. So again, I am doing the back end teaching, the back end training to prepare you for my live Partner You Deserve training, which is on the 16th. Link is everywhere. It's $27, but I want you to get the most out of it. So we're going to do some of the back end work. And what we are talking about today is why, for my single ladies, why you keep attracting the same man and how to finally break the pattern. Why you keep attracting the same type of man and how to finally break the pattern. Okay. So this afternoon, what we're talking about is something that I know that you've asked yourself more than once, right? Why do I keep attracting the same types of guys? And if you've ever said to yourself, every guy that I meet is inconsistent, every guy that I meet is unavailable, every guy that I meet is emotionally immature, then this live is for you. And again, I want you to stick around through the end. And if you are coming in through Instagram, join us on YouTube so you can listen in the background and you can still work, right? I want you to stick around to the end because again, I want to remind you and re-invite you to the Partner You Deserve training, which is at 7 p.m. on Thursday. And in that one, I walk you through my 5-step process to attract healthy, committed partners once and for all. So point number 1, your pattern is rooted in unhealed conditioning. Write this down or listen twice. Your pattern is rooted in unhealed conditioning. What does that mean? So much of what we call is your type is actually a pattern. So you may not realize it, but the men you choose often mirror what feels familiar not necessarily what is healthy. So if chaos is familiar to you, if inconsistency is familiar to you, if emotional distance was something that was a norm for you growing up, then many times you will subconsciously associate that with love. Does that make sense? So again, if you're accustomed to chaos, if you're accustomed to inconsistency, if you're accustomed to emotional distance, you might recognize that as something that's familiar, therefore comfortable, and then you're going to make those choices over and over again subconsciously because you subconsciously associated all of those negative traits with what love must be, right? My mama must love me, my daddy must love me. Therefore, this must be what love is and what it looks like. And so you continuously choose it. I want to hear in the comments if you guys are with me on this, right? Or if you're with me on this, I want you to give me a 1. If you're understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, put a 1 in the comments. I'm going to actually click over to Instagram and make sure that you guys are on the same page too. All right. I need you to know that you're choosing these people. This is not, we use a language of attract, but I want you to start using the language of choose. I am making choices. Why? Because it empowers you versus disempower. It empowers you to say, I'm making poor choices. Why? Because if you say, I'm making poor choices, that means that you can choose to make better choices. If you use the word attract, it's like you don't have a choice. A magnet doesn't have a brain. A magnet cannot choose to not be attracted to the other end of this of another magnet, right? You have a choice to say, I'm no longer going to complete the pattern. I'm no longer going to make poor choices that are out of alignment with what I desire in my life. Does that make sense? Okay. So I need you to start thinking about, I need to break this pattern. Breaking the pattern means doing work to identify where the pattern started. Let me rephrase that because y'all don't like work. I like to try to use the word effort. Y'all don't want to work. Y'all say y'all want healing, but you don't want to do the tasks that require healing. You say you want to be in a healthy, committed relationship, but you don't want to do the tasks that are related to that. So let's rephrase that. Breaking the pattern means putting in the effort to identify where the pattern started. And that's what I teach in front of inside of my program. Awareness first and then alignment. Awareness first and then alignment. All right. So if you are tired of men who don't match your effort, then this is where it starts. I need you to understand that you are the common denominator and how amazingly powerful that is. You might think that's painful. Allison, I don't want to take responsibility. You're not going to say this literally. Allison, I don't want to take responsibility because then that means my pain is my fault. And they actually did do things to hurt me. So that's not fair that I have to take full accountability for what other people have done to me. They need to take accountability for what they've done to me. They won't. So now what? They won't. So now what? We are left with a broken heart, a damaged spirit, loneliness, lack of companionship, lack of support. Aren't you tired of going to weddings by yourself? Aren't you tired of traveling by yourself? Aren't you tired of having nobody to bring you flowers or take you to dinner for your birthday? Aren't you tired of having to make all the decisions in your house? So you want to hold someone accountable who broke your heart 5 years ago and they don't give an F about the fact that they did. What are you going to do about it? Instead, I want you to realize that you are the common denominator in the heartbreaks that you have experienced. You made poor choices, but it's amazing that you have the right and the capability to make a choice so that you can make a different one moving forward. Thank God. Thank God that you have free will. Thank God that you can change your circumstance. All you need is guidance and support around vetting and discernment, knowing what questions to ask, what behaviors to pay attention to, so that when you come across a gentleman who you're seemingly interested in and he's seemingly interested in you, you're able to assess immediately whether or not they're an appropriate match. If you are tired of men who don't match your effort, you need to understand that you're the common denominator, and that is extremely empowering. You're aware, and then you can align. All right. So that's point one. Let's move on to point two. Many of us are confusing chemistry with compatibility. Chemistry is the stuff that makes you hot in your pants. Chemistry is going to be the thing that makes you happy. Sorry. Chemistry is the thing that makes you hot in your pants. Compatibility is the thing that's going to give you longevity. I want the slow burn. I want a candle that has the slow burn. Why? Because that candle is going to exude light and heat for me forever. I do not want firecrackers. Y'all love y'all some firecrackers. And that's what gets you in trouble, because it's pop, pop, pop. It's super exciting. It's super energetic. It's super fun. It's super loud, right? Super bright. It's super beautiful for 5 seconds. And then what? Then it burns out and you are in the darkness. Give me the slow burn. Let's talk about this spark. Let's talk about these butterflies. Let's talk about the obsession that we mistake for intimacy. We mistake intensity for intimacy. So that dopamine rush that you're feeling, that feels like a connection, it's actually your nervous system, right? I don't want you and your nervous system to be haywire. I want you and your nervous system to be calm. Compatibility looks boring at first because it's calm, but calm is the goal. Y'all say that y'all want peace. Peace is the goal. Chaos is not the goal. So in my Partner You Deserve training that's live on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to show you how to vet men for long-term compatibility without getting caught in temporary chemistry. Does that make sense? All right. So I'm going to give you a little mini example. So a man being consistent doesn't mean that he's boring, right? It means that he is emotionally safe. And what we need to do is make safety the new sexy. I actually plan on doing a reel. I have some consultations this afternoon, and I plan to do a reel talking about safety and protection, and how a lot of gentlemen have it wrong, where they feel like I protect because if someone were to come in and attack my wife, I'm going to make sure that I am going to get in the way and she won't be hurt. If a car is coming our way, I'll push her out the way and I'll get hit. If there's a man who's breaking in the house, I'm going to grab the bat. I'm going to grab the gun and defend our home. While I appreciate that, how many times has any man in the modern world ever had to pull out a gun to protect his home? Maybe once in 30 years. How many times has the average man right now in the modern world ever had to push his wife out of the way so that he's not hit by a car? Maybe not even once in his whole adult life, right? How many times does a man have to physically fight for his wife? If that's happened more than once, your wife is the problem, or where y'all hang out is the problem, right? That's not the type of safety that women are looking for in this day and age. In mass, at large. Of course, we appreciate it and we expect it, but it's very rare. And men like to hang their hat on, oh my God, look how I would protect my wife if this were to happen, which hardly ever happens for most people. I need y'all to be for real. The protection that we're talking about is our emotional protection. We're talking about protecting our heart. We're talking about protecting our soul. We're talking about protecting us from being approached by another woman, a woman to come to me, woman to woman. That's what I want you to protect me from. I want you to protect me from heartache. I want you to protect me from pain, right? The type of protection that women are looking for these days is not whether or not you're going to tote a gun in case someone may break in 15 years from now. I'm talking about 5 minutes from now. Is there going to be a woman who's dialing my phone talking about she needs to talk to me about what her and her husband doing and what baby they have on the way? One of the greatest gifts that my husband, Andrew, has given me is the gift of emotional security. The greatest gift. We got babies, we got a house, I got a big ass ring. One of the biggest things he's given me, the greatest gift. I am not worried that he is going to do anything that would break my heart. Not on purpose. I know that. I know he's not going to lie to me. I know he's not going to steal from me. I know that he's not going to cheat on me. Anybody who has any thoughts that, oh, you wait and see, that's a part of your problem. And this is why married folks don't talk to y'all. And this is why married folks don't give y'all no advice, because of the negativity. Nonetheless, emotional safety and security is what we need, not the excitement of these sparks that you expect. All right. Point 3, and then I have to go. I have a consultation. You haven't fully stepped into the energy that you wish to attract. You cannot attract high value, and I use that phrase very loosely. Do not come for me. You cannot attract high value, emotionally mature men while operating in survival mode or operating in your masculine energy all of the time. You need balance. You need to know when you're leading in your career and when you need to lean back in your dating. You need to know when to shift your energy. And when you do, your dating pool literally changes. I was not swimming in the same dating pool 5 years ago that another friend of mine that was swimming in it 5 years ago, and another friend. We all are in different pools. I'm not in the same pool as y'all when I was single. I'm not in the same marriage pool as other people. Other people can't say the same thing about their marriage I can say about mine, right? I say that to say that we talk about the piss in the pool and the poop in the pool. Everybody's not in the same pool. There's some people who are enjoying their dating experience. It is not a job. It is fun. They're getting to know new people. They're having new experiences. So if your experience is purely piss and poop, then there's something to say about the energy that you are exuding. So in the Partner You Deserve training, I'm going to go through how to deepen your feminine energy, how to establish clear but reasonable boundaries and standards so you attract men who want to show up. So I got to go. If this conversation hit home for you and you are ready to finally date differently, I want you to join me in the training. I put the links everywhere. Okay. I'm going to be teaching the 5-step system that I've helped over 400 women get into the best relationships of their lives. Click the links everywhere. Click the link in my bio. DM me the word deserve. Click the link in the caption everywhere. There's no excuse. And I will be back on this time tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube so you can get the alert. And I will be again on, or maybe I should probably just do the 5 o'clock. I might just do the 5 o'clock tomorrow. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna just do the 5 o'clock because time is of the essence. I hope that this has been valuable, and I will see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern for the live Q&A. All right, folks. Bye.